Hey KWAZ, this video is going to show you a new way to do Facebook ads through command. There's just some changes that are going to have to happen in the way you're setting up your ad because of the new privacy laws and the changes to the new Apple iOS. To make our ads be more effective, you're definitely going to want to make these changes when you're doing an ad. And then also, there's a couple cool new things that KW is allowing you to do with their ads, and that's automatically putting people on smart plans when a lead comes in, automatic tagging of leads that come in. So just a couple really cool new features. And all right, let's get going. The first thing you're going to do is log into your command, so agent.kw.com. And then if you, this might be a review for some of you, but I'm just going to go through it. So click on your name in the top right, go to settings, and then you're going to make sure your two Facebook sections here are connected. So scroll down. When you first come in, they're going to be down here, but just connect both of those, and you have to have a business page to do a Facebook ad. Okay, now you're going to click over here on campaigns, and then you're going to click on paid ads, and this will show you any of the past ads you've done and things like that. So we'll get into this after we get done setting up the ad. Okay, so do create campaign, social ad, and now honestly, the best ads you can do are listing ads. We've had the most success with those, so that's what I'm going to show you today. There are other types of ads you can do, but today we're going to go over a listing ad. And if you don't have a listing of your own, talk to another agent in your office and ask them if you can you could bring them some buyers by doing an ad for one of their listings on Facebook. Agents will be accepting of that. So okay, so I don't have a particular listing, so what you would be typing in here is the property address. And then your goal. So your goal is the public doesn't see that. So that's just for you. It does not change the setup of the ad. The only one that would change is if you do multiple listings, but you should never do an ad with multiple listings anyways, and I'll get into why that is when we actually get into the ad. But so pick one of these. It's for your tracking purposes. So we're going to do advertise listing, and then we're going to do Facebook and Instagram, because one of the things I'm going to go over, and we've been seeing a little bit more success with people that do a combined Instagram and Facebook ad, so that way you kind of hit both places. And that, since the privacy changes that I talked about in my intro, that we've seen some benefit to that. So let's do create campaign. And one of the reasons, let's do this first. So you can do your listings. If your listings will show up here, or you can click on all listings. This would be if you're doing another agent's listings. All right, cool. We'll do one of Kelly Cook's properties. So let's select that. Okay, now, when you start off doing the ad, you start from the top and just go down through it. So you can just go down through each of these sections, make sure you go into each section. Now, one of the benefits of doing an ad through command is that, first of all, it pulls in the pictures, pulls in the info about the home. So it's pretty cool. It gives you a little benefit of not having to go to MLS and pull that info out of there. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about does not seem important, but it is very important. There's hard data that this will make a difference in your ad, and that is using emojis in your main copy here. So, since this one is talking about calling cash investors, we're going to say we're going to do money, and we're going to either do like the money bag symbol or the money bag symbol. Now you can do, depending on if they're talking about a park, you can do the park emoji, whatever emojis that having to do with what's going on and what you're talking about here. So I'm actually going to get rid of this. So what you type here is going to depend on the property. Are you trying to sell people on a certain thing? This really acts as the headline as well. I know it says main copy, but this is you can see on the right here, this is what shows up on top. So that's the first thing people are going to see. So it's very important, and it's not really your main copy. It's your headline combined with like the main copy. So let's do house. So we're going to do a house as well. Okay, and then the last one, and you can see when I add those, then I have to copy and paste them into the body. They don't show up. They show up at the end no matter where your cursor is, so just copy and paste them to where you want. And then the last thing I always do in here is the call to action. And generally recommend using the same call to action in these listing ads, but it's up to you. This is the one I recommend. So for price and picks, click learn more, and then we're going to add in the finger pointing down emoji. So and I'm going to copy that twice, and paste that. I'm going to bracket my call to action with that. Okay, for those of you that have been doing ads for a while, here's one of the changes that has happened. You can now only do 25 characters in your headline, the headline. So we used to put this in the headline as well. Now we're putting this, your call to action, again in the description, except because it's in a different place, we're going to change that emoji and still do the finger emoji, but we're going to do the pointing to the right emoji, because you can see over here, here's your description, and it points right to that learn more button. Okay, and for your headline, it's going to be dependent on the ad. Move-in ready, accepting cash offers. Like this one, we could do calling, if this will fit. Barely fits. So we might do that for the headline. Like I said, 25 characters is not a lot. So a short little phrase of what you can fit there. So if I was really doing this ad, I would probably add a little bit more in here. I would add a little more about the house. So you guys will know the house much better than I will. With the house you're doing much better than I know this one. So put what's going to sell the house in there. Okay, now, after you done with the section, hit save. Now we're going to go to media. So this is very important. You do not always have to do the front of the house. Especially in Arizona, there's neighborhoods where all the houses basically look the same, but then the inside, they can be super cool houses. So you don't always have to do the inside of the house. So if you want to change the picture, click on the three dots here, do change image, and then it's going to give you access to all the pictures of that house. Now this front picture that they used is super cool, so we're going to leave it at that. But if you wanted to, you could change the picture, and if you were changing the picture, you can click on it, do preview and crop, and then it gives you the option. Now for real estate stuff, I don't like the square placement. I do wide because it just looks better with house pictures and real estate pictures to be wider. And you can see it gives you the area that you want to do. So like I wouldn't want to crop my picture here. I'd want to crop it like right here. And so I'd do save image. And so there you go. Now I wouldn't use this picture. Like I said, I would have left it on this picture. Okay, now you can do after that. So you can also you can add videos in here. So you can do video if you want, and you can upload video direct from your computer. You can use one of the neighborhood videos that's inside command. You can do a few. So this is if you're using a YouTube video, you could just embed the link from the YouTube video, upload a video directly. So you can use video. Or you could add, say this ad wasn't a listing ad, you could browse your design library and pull any design and you can pull a design right from your design library if you want. So there's a bunch of different options for what you can do, but for a listing ad, you generally are going to use the listing image. And okay, here's where when I talked about I don't recommend advertising multiple listings with one ad. The reason is, if you do multiple listings, you don't know which listing got them to click on the ad. And so you, first of all, don't know which listing to talk to them about. You also don't know if you're going to run the ad again, because lots of times you'll run ads a couple times. You don't know what made them click on the ad. And one of the things you want to do when running these ads is find out what gets them to click on it. And if an ad is not successful, then the first thing you're going to change is the picture you use. And if there's multiple listings, you don't know which picture to change. That's another reason that I recommend only using one picture in these ads, because you can add in multiple pictures if you want, but again, you don't know which picture got them to click on it if there's multiple pictures. So if you really are not sure and there's two pictures that you love that you really want to use, run the exact same ad, do two separate ads with each different picture, and then whichever one does better, run that one again. Run each of them for 3 days. Whichever one does better, run that again. And I'll show you at the end how with one button click you can run an ad again, or if you wanted to do a duplicate ad, how you can easily do that and then just make that one change to the picture and you could run 2 ads. It doesn't take you hardly any time at all. Okay, include ownership statement, yes. Click save. Now, Facebook and Instagram settings. So select your page, whatever your business page is, and then here's where you make a choice for Instagram, and you can see, do you want to do the story, which you can see the preview right here, or do you want to do the feed? Now, generally for ads in Instagram, do the feed there. Do the feed, don't do the story. Okay, now, destination. This is very important. Always, always, always do Facebook lead generation form for these listing ads. Now, if you're doing a different type of ad, if you're literally trying to get people to sign up for something like an Eventbrite link or something, then you can do the site or landing page. But if you're just trying to gather people's information, not get them to sign up for something, always do the Facebook lead generation form. So the way this works is, if they click on the Learn More button, it asks them for their contact info and then sends them to whatever website you put right here. And for a listing ad, you're going to want to send them, look up this property. So look up this property on your website. You can just go to your KW website, look up this property. I want this exact listing. Okay, don't know why that's not working right now. Look up that listing, whatever the listing is that you're looking up. Go to that listing and then just copy out of on the top here, just copy that link and paste that link in right here. Now, when you paste, highlight this first and then paste. And then there you go. Now your link is set up, so when they click on that Learn More, it'll get their info, and then it will still send them to the landing page or send them to your website. Okay, now you always want to use custom settings. Okay, here's where things have changed. You heard me mention the privacy laws in the intro. This is where things have really changed. So because of the new privacy laws, targeting ads do not work nearly as well as they did. So if you're finding that your ads are not getting a lot of responses, just don't do interests anymore on your ads. Pick an area, do Scottsdale or wherever you want to advertise the ad. It doesn't have to be where the property is. It's where you want to get clients from is where you want to do the ad, because that's who's going to be clicking on it. It's people that live in the area that you set up. So let's say we do Phoenix and we do 30 miles around Phoenix, and then I would have you put a lot of interest in here. I would say don't even put an interest in there. Don't put any interests. Just run the ad. Now the ad is going to end up hopefully getting you more people. They might be less focused leads, but with these new privacy law changes, you're just going to have better success if you are not targeting the ad so much, because some people are now not a part of that targeting. So when before you could select Zillow and select other things in the interests here, you could select them. Now that's not working as well. So just run the ad without doing any interests. Okay, I'm going to do save. And if you have any questions about that, do not hesitate to contact me and I can get into more details of that with you. Okay, so lead settings. Now, this is a super cool new thing with Command. I'm so excited about this. So before, the first thing I would tell you to do when a lead came in from a ad you did is you would add a tag to them and put them on a smart plan. Now, the system will do that for you automatically. So each lead that comes in, you want to tag it as a Facebook lead. So you should have a Facebook lead tag, which you can see Martha does here. So select that one. And then I also recommend doing a tag with the address of the property that's in the ad. So this is 15th. So we're going to say 15th. And there's no tag for that because it's a new listing we're doing an ad on. Do create new tag. Pick a color. Click add, and now any lead that comes in for this ad will get the tag Facebook lead and the tag 15th. Now you don't have to use this exact thing for this tag, but make sure you use a tag that will trigger what the ad was for you. Your mind might think a little differently, so you might do something different for the tag. Maybe it's a certain feature about the property or whatever, but just do something that'll trigger in your mind that, oh, this was for this ad or this house. Now, another thing you can do now, which is super cool, is assign a smart plan. So like we have our Facebook lead follow-up. So we would do that, and what happens is now when this lead comes in, it's automatically going to tag them for you, and it's automatically going to start them on that smart plan. That's huge. That ups your response time a lot on these things, because the first step in the Facebook follow-up smart plan should be a text message to them. So right away, they're going to get a text message from you right when they come into the system. That's an amazing response time. So that is super cool. Okay, last thing here is the duration and budget. So this is where you decide how much you're going to spend on the ad, how long you want the ad to be. So you have two choices here for the duration of the ad. 3 days and 10 days. Now, why 3 days? Why 10 days? 3 days runs the ad over a weekend. 10 days gets you 2 weekends and runs the ad throughout the time in between. So really, and if you wanted to go another, you could do 17 days, and then that would get you 3 weekends. But generally, I only recommend doing 10 days max, and then depending on how the ad did, change it up a little bit and run the ad again. Or if you don't want to spend a lot of money right off the bat, just run it for 3 days. And if you don't have success with the ad, change the picture, change the text. The picture would be the first thing you change. Run it for 3 days, change the picture, and then run it again. So here you can see we have total campaign budget is $30, but daily is only spending $1.50. Well, if we're spending technically $3 a day over 10 days, why is it $1.50? Well, that's because it's splitting the money between Facebook and Instagram. It's doing $15 to Facebook, $15 to Instagram. And you can do that if you want to distribute it evenly, or you can click here and do automatic placements, and Facebook and Instagram will use their algorithms to help you place the ad. I don't have hard numbers on that, but they really know a lot about ads and all this stuff. So try that. I think it's a really cool idea to have them be placing the ad for you. And you can also say you only want to do $20 on Facebook, and I mean only $10 on Instagram. You can do that as well, but you'd have to uncheck these automatic and evenly distribute options. Or if you do that, just let them do it, and you can still change that before you click automatic placement. Okay, so there's your ad. You can see it over here. This is what the ad's going to look like. Great, and then click save. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to save this in Martha's account. So let's go back. So now let's look at what it looks like after you get a lead and what ads look like that have already been done. So here is what ads that have been run look like. Now, You have a few different columns here. CPM, that's cost per thousand impressions. That's super technical, doesn't mean a lot to you. These are the two important ones. You have number of clicks. So clicks means somebody clicked on your ad and brought it up into their screen in front of them, the only thing they're seeing. And then the lead means they click the learn more button. So that means they click the learn more button and put in their contact info, and you got that info. So that's obviously the ultimate goal. And you can see here it tells you 94 cents per click, $3.75 per lead. So I'm just going to show you something that has changed with these privacy law changes. You can see down here Martha's ads, 14 cents per click, 33 leads, 91 cents per lead, $2.14 per lead, $1.25, $1.07. So this was running about $1.50 a lead was the average on before. And you can see when the privacy laws have changed, it's really got changed. 3 leads, $10 a lead, only 2 leads on this one. And this is where Martha has kind of changed up a little bit, which I think is a good idea. You can see now she started doing Facebook and Instagram, and her number went back up to $3.75 per lead, and she's back up to her 30. She got back up to 32 clicks. So do both Facebook and Instagram. I highly recommend that. Okay, so that is that's how you do a Facebook ad. Now there's other ones that show you how to set up smart plans and do all that, but that's how you run a Facebook ad. And then if you want to see the leads from the ad, just click on the leads right there, and it'll take you and show you the leads that came in from that ad. There you go, guys. Thanks.